45th annual Cooper River Bridge Run will be held on Saturday, April 2nd of this year. Today, I talk one-on-one with Race Director Irv Batten about what's new this year for this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and like Quintin's Close-Ups on Facebook. Irv Batten, welcome back to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thank you, and Happy New Year, Quintin.
Likewise, obviously you're the race director for the Cooper River Bridge Run. Obviously, you all are also getting ready for this year's bridge run, which is scheduled for April of this year. Let me rewind time to last year. What is the biggest difference about last year's event to right now when it plays in your memory?
Well, we were just so happy to be able to put on an event last year, period. And so many nice people, giving us all the praises and stuff. But it's a team event. A team takes a huge team with the City of Charleston, the town of Mount Pleasant, the City of North Charleston, all the volunteers, and then all the participants that showed up. I mean, it all came together, and it was just a joy to do in September. But we're so happy to come back to April, because that's where the bridge run belongs. In April, to kick off the whole year there. So we're geared up and we're ready to go for April 2nd.
April 2nd. And let me ask you this, Irv. How many participants were there last year?
Well, we had about 14,000 people finish.
Now, how many volunteers did you have?
We had a couple thousand volunteers.
Wow. And how do you now organize for April after you've done this September event?
Well, we were organizing for April in September still. So we were actually, it was kind of double duty. We were getting ready for September and April at the same time, just at different stages. And then, of course, we were able to pull off the September event, and then we just started focusing on April, the whole time after that race. So
now
it was already in the works.
Already in the works. And you talk about those stages. Which stage are you on right now for the 2022 event?
Well, we're getting ready to close out anybody that wants their packet mailed to them and everything. So we're getting that organized. All the T-shirts are being shipped to the printer. All the swag is being made and being shipped. In the process of being shipped to us, so we could get it ready, so we could do the mail out in middle of March. So I mean, there's a lot going on, and meeting with some city officials to reorganize a little bit, tweak the bus loading area for April. So I mean, every day there's something that's going on.
Yes, sir. And I actually have one of the Bridge Run shirts on right now underneath all of 9 clothes that I have right here. You can't see them, obviously. But you talk about meeting with City of Charleston officials about the bus loading area. What exactly will be the tweaking there?
Well, we're just going to tweak a little bit here and there. It's going to look pretty much the same. Just some minor tweaks. Every year you got to do something. Maybe this will work a little bit better, and try it and see and all. I mean, you don't want to change too much. So, because it works. I mean, we've been working very well with all that. We just have a couple little things we want to see if it might make it a little more efficient. That's it.
Now, meeting with the City of Charleston officials, will you ask them to drop the vaccination requirement?
No, we're going to do whatever they want us to do and whatever the CDC wants us to do. So basically, when you register for the bridge run, you have to acknowledge, there's a statement that you have to acknowledge that you've read the statement that the bridge run, is going to follow whatever guidelines are in place April 2nd. We don't know what they're going to be. There might be no guidelines whatsoever, but there might be where you have to show proof of vaccination or a negative test. We just want participants to know that in advance, that we're going to follow whatever is laid out. We don't know what it's going to be yet, because it's a fluid situation. If it were today, there would be show proof of vaccination or negative test. But we don't know what it's going to be like April 2nd. It could be cleared and wide open and everything is fine. We don't know yet. So we just want people to know that we're going to follow whatever the medical experts say, and we're going to be prepared for it, whichever way it's going to be.
Now, you talk about those guidelines that you don't know what will be in place yet. What guidelines from September's event that you want to bring into the April's event?
Well, in September we had extra hand sanitizing stations around all the portlets on the course at the expo. We requested everybody to wear a mask, and when they're close by, at the Marion Square or in the start corrals or at the expo, in the proof of vaccination or negative test at the expo. So we're going to be prepared at all those locations, and on the buses, all those locations, if we have to follow that. But we could always back off if we can, depending on what the medical experts say.
And what signs are you following right now?
Excuse me?
Yeah, what signs are you following right now?
We're following whatever the CDC guidelines in DHEC and the city, the municipalities set forth for us. They're really listening to MUSC and DHEC and the CDC. So those are the experts we're following, and we're listening to what they have to say and monitoring what they're recommending. And we're just trying to be prepared for whatever the case will be in in April.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. And going back, obviously, to September, Irv, how many people actually finished the Cooper River Bridge run virtually?
There were about 3,000 people.
Wow.
It was a very nice showing. We like I said, we were just happy to put on the live event, but also to allow those people that felt safer staying home and doing it from home. And we sent them their shirts and finishers medals. So,
yes, sir. And speaking of which, how many people have signed up for the live 2022 event thus far?
We got about 9,000 right now.
And how many people have signed up virtually?
We are not going to do a virtual version this year. We're going to try to do the live version. If someone wants to, do it, if we get closer to it and we get a lot of people requesting a virtual, we'll open that up and allow people to do virtually.
Okay. Will a 2022 race, Irv, allow for a much larger number of people to participate? And what's that figure right now?
Well, we're hoping we get about 25,000 people. Realistically, we had 14,000 people finish last year, so we'd like to double that. But we'll see. It just really, like I said earlier, Quintin, it really depends on the conditions, what the conditions are, and if people are comfortable coming out and doing it. So, we're going to be prepared one way or the other. We hope that it's going to be twice the size, but we'll be prepared if it's a little bit smaller than that. But we just need to get back to it, doing the live event and get back to our bridge run routine.
Now, you talk about obviously 9,000 people who signed up thus far. Is registration down versus 2 years ago?
Well, it's very hard to compare this year to any other year because we started registration after the September race, where normally we start in May. So we're 6 months behind in registration. So how do you compare? There's no apples to apples. So this is a different year, just like last year was a different year. And then 2023 it'll be back to normal. We could compare previous years, but 9,000 for being open for a couple months. That's pretty good.
Yes, sir. And I know many people usually register when the price increases. How many people have registered since the last price increase?
Ooh, it's hard to say. I haven't really been keeping track of the breakdown yet. We're hoping that we get a huge increase this month. We've been doing a lot more advertising, a lot more marketing with online marketing with active.com and through the media and stuff. So we're trying to really get a big boost January, February, March, and I think that the expo, Thursday, Friday expo, is going to be huge registration. So we got to just be prepared and have extra staff for that. So
Now, I hate to ask this again, but how do you compare that percentage to the years in the past
The
with the price increase?
what percentage?
The price increase.
Uh, like I said, it's hard to figure that out right now. I hadn't really looked at those numbers.
And I know in the last one of the last interviews you told me, you said, hey, sometimes the registration fizzles after, you get that price increase and whatnot. How soon will that happen before April?
Well, hopefully, it's just going to be the health conditions are going to get better and better. So February, March, it's just going to have really big registrations. That's what we're hoping, because the conditions will be better. People feel more comfortable to register and not wait till the last minute. But they might wait till the last minute, and we'll be prepared for that too. So,
And now, how many people are actually registered from Charleston for the 2022 race?
there's about, out of the 9,000, about 5,000 are from Charleston.
Oh. And how many people were actually registered regionally around the South?
Right now,
Yes, sir.
there's about about 4,000 people that are from all over the U.S. And we have got a couple different countries. So I
Speaking
think
of
we're
which,
missing about 3 states right now. We don't have all the states. Someone from all the states. We have about 3. I think if you know anybody from South Dakota, North Dakota, please tell them to register, because we still need a couple more states.
sure. I have 5,000 friends on Facebook all over the world, so I'll make that happen. But let me ask you, speaking of which, how many international runners are you expecting to come this year?
Well, we should have the same field as normal.
Okay.
We should have, about 25 male and then 25 female international runners.
Yes, sir. And I know your phone, you had somebody called you, so don't worry about that. But
Yeah, I'm trying. Did I black out?
oh yeah, just for a second there. Yes, sir. Oh, no worries. And I assume many who have signed up from last year for this have already transferred to this one, meaning 2022. How many transfers are there?
I think we've got about about 1,200 people that are transferring.
Wow.
We're trying to get them to finish the transfer process, so that's going to be a nice boost. So
Now, when do you expect the registration to actually sell out?
well, this year we don't think we're going to sell out. We're not going to hit that 40,000 number. We're not going to have a smaller cap. We're just going to let it open.
Okay.
And so, like I said, I think Thursday, Friday at Expo is going to be very busy with registration.
Now, will the registration, and speaking of which, let me go back to the volunteers. Will they have to be vaccinated or at least have a negative test requirement?
Well, we hadn't had that request made to us. I think that most of them have been from September. So, I mean, we'll ask and see, but I don't think that's been a request that we've had from anybody. So we'll wait and see.
Wait and see. Will you have an actual testing site at the expo?
No, we haven't done that. We're allowing people to have a test done, like even the home test within 72 hours. So we're not going to have that at the expo.
Will spectators be actually allowed to finish festival?
At this time, yes.
Okay.
At this time, yes.
Now, Irv, how do you develop a plan that provides fluids in a safe manner in the midst of Omicron?
I don't think that it's been transmitted that way. I mean, we did the open containers in September, just the glasses, but we recommend, if you don't feel comfortable, bring your own. Get a water belt, and have the water bottle on your belt. We would think we'll probably do the same thing. The setup will be very similar to September. When, like I said, we're hoping that the regulations will be, backed off from the way they were in September. But I don't think they'd be any worse than they were in September, or any more strict. I shouldn't say worse, but stricter than they were in September. So we're ready for whatever we have to do.
Okay. And this might be a tough question, but will the finish line area be expanded to provide more space for social distancing? And will it include directional guidance to promote one-way foot traffic?
Well, you're from downtown. You know how narrow the streets are downtown. We can't expand the streets, so we're pretty locked into what the way it was, and we'll have it set up, like I said, similar to last year. And the finish area, you have to have the right credentials to get in certain parts of it. So it's not going to be. I don't think there'll be an issue.
And will have any of your sponsors from last year stuck with you this year for the 2022 race?
Oh yeah, the vast majority of them have. I mean, there's a couple that every year there's a few that don't come back, but we always get a few more each year. So we're doing pretty good with the sponsorship. A lot, the vast majority of them had a great experience in September, and they re-up for April 2nd. And we like to make a long-term relationship with them, so we're trying to keep them long-term and making them happy. So,
absolutely. And let's fast forward again to April 2nd. What's new? What's now for this particular Cooper River Bridge Run?
Well, it's the 45th Cooper River Bridge Run, so that's it's not the 50th, but we'll be there soon. But it's the 45th. We got a couple commemorative things, and I'm not going to reveal those until people get them. So, but we're excited about having the 45th, and hopefully soon we'll get back to the 40,000. Hopefully we'll get back to that very soon. I know it's going to probably take a few years, but we're geared up and ready to go. We're working hard to make it as safe as possible and make everybody as happy as we can with our services. So.
And you talk about working hard. People are in the midst of training for the Bridge Run right now, and you obviously are a runner and ran the Bridge Run so many years. What can we do right now to get ready for Bridge Run Day?
Well, I know it's January, February are the coldest months. You just got to layer up and get out there and be consistent, and don't take breaks right now. So because April will be here in no time, and you don't want to have I didn't even hardly run it all in January and February. So I just ran this morning, had a couple layers on. It was cold, but went out there with a buddy of mine, and we ran a few miles. So just got to get some consistency and get with a couple guys, a partner or two, and so the days you don't feel like going, well, they're going to be there, so I need to show up.
And if somebody hasn't registered yet for the Bridge Run, how can they do that right now?
We'll go on to bridgerun.com and register, and it's ready to go. Easy.
That's great to hear. Well, Irv Batten with the Cooper River Bridge Run, thank you for your time. And again, welcome back to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thank you, Quintin. Always a joy. Good to see your face.
Likewise.